Hello, everybody. We are live. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Jillian. I'm the marketing manager here for Mid-America Tile. Today, we are going to be talking all about tiles, as you can see behind me, in various shapes. We've got quite a few tiles to get through today. So without further ado, I am not alone here. I would like to introduce
Karen, Barry, and Jordan. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for coming today.
We're happy you are here. We have so much to show you guys.
So we're going to start right away in the corner. So I'll let Jillian get in here. This is a brand new tile for us. This is EMOTIVE. You can see we're showing it off in a fanciful trapezoid shape. We don't have all of the colors out in trapezoid, but I did want to show you that there are 10 colors available. Each color is available in either silk or glossy finish. So with the trapezoid, you can play with that in several different ways. You can probably remember doing that when you played with your tanagrams, how many different ways you could make those into something else. So we're very excited to introduce that to you. We hope you enjoy it as much as we do. Moving up the wall, we have some other things up here. There we have a tile that's going to show you just making shape with a 12 by 24. There's a lot of things out on the table today. We won't go into all of them, but if you see something, reach out to us and we'll get you the name of it so you can see it. But right now, Jillian's going to go up to our diamond mosaic. It's sort of a stained glass effect. We're showing it here in a blue and a teal. There are other colors available. There is a stunning black.
Yeah,
that
black is one of my favorites.
Stunning black one that we actually feature with a gold grout. Almost just a metallic gold grout. It really sets it off. So here, if you don't have,
You can use whatever color grout you want.
Yeah.
They do have some recommended ones that are unusual to our market, but you can do it with any color you prefer.
So I also, from that same series, from the diamond series, I really love, there's a kind of a creamy gray color as well that has that kind of, I don't know, milky effect to it.
That's softer,
soft,
isn't it?
yeah.
I like that one too.
so it's got these bold colors. It has some subtle colors. You can tuck this in to your art collection. It has a feature wall. Whenever you can find a space for it, it will create eye-catching display.
Certainly. So another glass tile option we've got, it's called REEF glass, and it's a frosted satin matte finish glass mosaic and glass field tile. We're featuring the mosaics here for their funky shapes. That navy blue has a cool kind of boxy pebble effect to it. The white has kind of a leaf effect to it, kind of a geometric leaf, if you will. That backboard has kind of a twist on a chevron a chevron, herringbone and a chevron kind of combined, which is just a little fun, like unexpected. So
The color palette in this one is really, really rich and beautiful too, even though in some cases very subtle.
yeah, which is nice. It just, when we're talking about shapes, it doesn't have to be something so wild and crazy. You can play with or against the grout colors to create just something really subtle and elegant, or something really punchy and eye-catching, which is nice.
Yeah, that little blue one is showing, like, those are little squares and rectangles, which we're used to, but when we put them together in that way, it creates something really unique.
Kind of like a cobblestone.
Yeah, absolutely. So on the table, there's this kind of white, creamy stone look, which is called Stream. And it's made to look like a really soft, elegant terrazzo stone, but it's porcelain. So we were showing you one mosaic here. There's a chevron mosaic, but there's also a 24 by 48 field tile if you need from that same series. What you can't see in the video is that the texture, the actual feel of the tile is just very rich, very soft. Still porcelain, but has this really, buttery soft texture, which is nice when you're walking on it barefoot or when you're running your hands against the wall. But the glazing actually follows a texture, kind of follows the veining of the stone look, which just adds to that illusion of it being natural stone, but it's just porcelain, which is awesome. So another hexagon, elongated hexagon, is a wall tile that comes from our series called Vintage. And we're showing you clearly just a handful of the colors here, but there's There's a black, there's white, there's kind of a sagey green from this series that's called vintage. All with that kind of hand pressed texture to the face of the tile. Elongated hexagon here. There's tons of rectangles and squares. There's also tons of trim pieces. So when you have that really unique, detail-oriented installation where you want that crown molding or you want that pencil trim piece, this is a great option for that. And we brought it over, we're actually stocking it here in Chicago, but it's made in Spain. Actually just arrived this week.
Brand
spanking
new. You're
new.
the first ones to see it.
So another hexagon that Barry wanted to mention.
Up on the back there, we're giving you a sneak preview to another new product, also from Spain. It's a hexagon with a terrazzo look. It's a matte surface. It's a larger hex, maybe a 8, 9, 10, I'm not sure. Also brand new, and there are some other colors in the neutral tones that are available in that particular one as well. One thing I'll say about hexes, and really a lot of the shapes that we're showing today, is there's a plethora of choices, whether you want a hex in a cement look, or an encaustic look, or a glazed, or a terrazzo, or a wood. Just reach out to us. Give us something to go on, and we'll be able to show you a variety of things.
When you are looking for a variety of shapes or finishes or colors, we've got this series that is called Antigua, and it comes out of Brazil. We do a lot of work with them for custom projects. They actually do have some stock here in the US, which is nice, but any shape in any color, so the possibilities are endless. If you're looking for that really funky, irregular diamond shape or dimensional tile, or a really sweet kind of scalloped tile, but you want it in a pale purple, or if you want it in a vibrant yellow ochre color, you have that option. There's mosaics that are mesh mounted or cheek mounted. There's loose field tile. Lots of possibilities for that guy. So also on the counter there we have a sweet triangle, which is from a series called CONCRETO, and it is a porcelain. So this is a mesh mounted triangle mosaic, and it also pairs really nicely with a few other kind of gray tones that have that concrete kind of stone look to it. Field tile.
This one comes with a lot of field tiles that Jordan was starting to talk about as well, and there are a number of different colors in this series. And we'll move you up to, speaking of porcelain, a unique shape, a polygon. This is one of my favorite lines. It's called New York to LA. There's 6 colors. The mosaic that you see here are pre-blended. You have an option of cool, which you're seeing here, as well as a warm. And then the larger polygon that you see behind it is close to a 20 by 30 piece, but it lays out the same as the mosaic. Of course, you can mix the colors if you choose to, but most people tend to stay with one color and maybe add a contrasting grout so the shape of it really does pop. It's an excellent tile that can be used literally anywhere, commercial or residential.
And I like to think of that one as kind of a stylized version of a flagstone or shield in Karen's. Karen has a customer that loves this line.
We were talking about Halloween coming up, and how if you wanted to, just request a sample and we can glue a trowel on the back for you for your young son to be a knight in shining armor. Or your daughter. Or your daughter.
Possibilities. So that's New York to LA.
And then we move over to a glass line called CUBIST. You're seeing it in cobalt. There are a number of other colors available in this. This design was inspired by the early 20th century Cubism. It's definitely a modern look. This is just one of several patterns, and it's got a lot of depth. It is made out of recycled glass, and let us know if you want to take a look at the rest of the collection.
So moving down from there, I think we'll go to the Pickets. What's nice about these, they have a hand-pressed look to them. We're showing it on a grouted board so you can see how that grout really makes the shape pop. We've also got it displayed in glossy and matte finish. You can choose to mix them or use one or the other. Up to you, design possibilities. You can see, I don't know if you can tell, they're probably about like a 2 by 9. This Picket, these also come to us from Spain. beautiful depth in the glazing too. We really like how those look.
Yeah, I like the hand pressed kind of
Yeah.
texture to the surface because it just catches, especially in the glossy finish, it catches the light
Catches the
in
light.
a really beautiful way.
But actually in the matte, I see I see it too, so it's really nice.
The matte, it's not, the glazing isn't so flat. It almost has kind of a little bit of a, I don't know, clay kind of stucco effect to it.
And I'm surprised it shows up really well in the black color, which we only have a couple loose pieces of, but it really is very, very rich.
Yeah.
And then next to that we have Arc. We're showing it in a red and a blue. It also comes in white. Interesting in that it's the boomerang shape. Not only is it a shape tile on the edges, there's also kind of a swoop to the base of the tile, which helps create a play with light. It catches the light. If you did a wall wash with this would be stunning. And this boomerang can be put together in a variety of different ways, so feel free to play with it, but like Barry said, do not throw it. It is not a functional boomerang.
Best when adhered to a wall only. So actually, Jillian, on the wall, we actually have a few laid out, the diamonds, the rhombus, the rhombo. Each series kind of calls that shape by its own name, but again, kind of along the lines of many of these shapes that we're showing you today, we've got them in a variety of different looks, whether it's a wood look or a clay look or just a solid glazed wall tile or a stone look. If you have that need, just let us know. We've got tons of options to recommend. So on the surface, we have a wood look that is called BioSelect. It's a wood look porcelain. And this cool 3 pieces that we have laid down here are actually 3 different triangle mesh mounted mosaics that are called ABC mosaic. And it's using that kind of natural wood look in a variety of different width little planks. Got the cute little pieces. I don't know, probably 1 centimeter wide, up to a little larger scale, but they come mixed in a box. So when you're designing a space, when you're creating a pattern, you can kind of mix and match and decide if you want all of those little planks to line up in one direction or be perpendicular to each other. There's tons of potential. And
This factory actually gives you some ideas on design layouts as well, so you can use your own creativity or follow their recipe.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite nice. So another shape that we're all very familiar with is a chevron. And again, it's that same thing. We've got wood look chevrons, we have stone look chevrons, we have solid wall tile options. Just a full assortment. This is showing you a couple of different field tile pieces or pre-mesh mounted mosaics, so it's easy and quick for an installation. Just lots of potential there. So.
And all the ones that we're looking at right here are porcelain, so you can use wall, floor, to create your patterns.
Yeah, if you can't tell, we're trying to train you into realizing that there's so much potential as far as where we can apply all these different finishes, and we're not just pinned to using really fun things on walls. It's really fun and interesting to use creative shapes on the floors as well. So on the leaning against our wall, we have one of our last series is a series called Le Bois. That big dark panel is a 12 by 48 inch panel. It's actually glued up with multiple cuts, but you get this dimensional piece. So yes, long skinny rectangles are shapes. We're including all shapes here today.
This one's gorgeous, like on an exterior vertical application, like the outside of a, even in a patio along a wall.
And that's the beauty of porcelain, that we have just so much versatility with it. So whether you want to use that kind of pale blonde parquet piece, which is actually just a cut from the larger panel, or the kind of interesting etched surface that creates some
Almost
cool
looks
shape.
like a plaid.
Yeah,
You have that
yeah.
one up on the wall, especially in the darker, the other colors in that, but it almost resembles a plaid, which is fun.
And we're showing you today just a little cut chip of it, but it's actually a 24 by 48 panel, so something kind of large and dramatic.
And our finale is our zebra. It's part of the room collection. It's a thin gauged porcelain deco. It is available in complementary field natural stone colors as well, but this particular series offers some very unique patterns. Most of them are named after animals. I think there's one called the turtle, there's one called gepard, which is like a leopard pattern. This particular one has actual gold on it, the gold stripes, and obviously creates some unique shapes without all the work involved in installing it that way.
All right, thank you guys so much again for joining us. A big thank you to Barry and Karen and Jordan, your hosts for today. Just a quick overview of all of the shapes we talked about today. Whether it's a chevron, a diamond, a hexagon, or some of the more unique series we have, it really just shows you guys that we have lots and lots of shapes available for you for whatever your project may entail. If you have any questions about anything we talked about today or would like a sample, you may shoot me a quick email and I will be sure that it's directed exactly where it needs to go. You can email me at marketing@midamericatile.com. Please be sure to keep an eye out and join us within the next couple of weeks where we will be focusing on Toronto. Thank you guys so much.